back with a lot of energy and a lot of focus, and that's good to see. So we're preparing for Cal and excited about the opportunity. So that's about it.
Have you heard from the Pac-12 regarding Eddie?
Sure have, yeah. And talked to the conference yesterday, and all discipline will be handled in-house.
What do you start now and just kind of restart? Does this kind of feel like a restart?
You just keep going, man. You just keep getting better. You know, I mean, you just come out every day and you just try to get better, and you learn from the things that you did well, and you learn from the things that you need to improve on, and you just apply them, and come out with a great attitude and great energy and great focus, and you try to help these guys get over some of the humps that that you face in any season, and you keep going.
Do you make any sort of wholesale changes in terms of just trying to...
No, when you believe in what you're doing, you don't make wholesale changes. Mm-hmm. I believe in what this program has become. I think that anyone that looks at what this program has, where it was, and what it's become objectively, mm-hmm. would say, why would you make wholesale changes? Now, it doesn't matter whether you're winning or you're losing, you're always tweaking things. Mm-hmm. But if you panic, you perish. We're not about to panic. There's no reason to panic. We've won a whole lot of games the last 3 years, probably as many as they've ever won over the course of 3 years at UCLA. So we're doing something right. We're in this for the long run, not the short term. And I think when you start to make wholesale changes, it means you're panicking. Mm-hmm. And I think that you got real problems if you start to do that.
Mm-hmm. What do you need to tweak for Cal?
Oh, we tweak everything every week. We tweak coverages, we tweak blocking schemes, we tweak run games, we tweak run fits, we tweak schemes, everything. And that's why we meet so long, to tweak things, to get things in order.
What have you seen on film of Jared Goff?
Well, they use him and they work the other kid in a little bit. They score some points. They put up good numbers throwing the ball. He's a good player.
What's particularly challenging about playing an offense? It's like Lamp Nice does with the ball around as much as they do.
You just have to be exact in your coverage, mix it up on him a little bit, make him guess a little bit, and make some plays.
Did you see using more nickel against that offense?
Well, we're primarily a nickel team in this conference. I mean, we are with the teams that we have played and the teams we play. I don't know the exact percentage, but I would say that we're well over 50% nickel in our defenses already. So that's what you do. But you still can mix it up a little bit.
And might that go even higher against a team like that?
It depends. Yeah, I mean, I think what is important is you mix it. We have the athletes at linebacker where you can go against a 4-wide look and play some of your base stuff. But primarily when the team's giving you multiple receivers, teams work in the nickel. And in this conference, you get a lot of multiple receivers, so we play a good bit of the nickel stuff, nickel and dime.
Connor show you guys enough that you'll want to keep working him in?
We've been trying to do that, as you guys see, in certain situations, because he's becoming, I think, more confident in his shoulder and more comfortable, and our medical personnel feel more comfortable with him getting an increased amount of work. So we're creating some packages for him and moving him around a little bit and just trying to get him work. But I don't think we're out of the woods yet with him. I think it would be hard for him probably to play a whole game right now, but we want to just keep increasing the workload because he's a good player.
So how do you pick your spots with him?
What do you mean?
In a game.
Well, we create packages for him, just like we've done the last 3 weeks. Get him a number of reps every week.
Is it a matter of limiting his time because of his shoulder? Is that it? Or
well, increasing it. Limiting it, but increasing it as you go. Increasing the workload as he becomes stronger and more comfortable. And so that's what we're trying to do. You saw last week we used him at tight end a little bit, and then we left him in a tackle a little bit, then we moved him back to tight end, and so just increasing his workload as we go.
How can you tell with his shoulder that he just not? You said he's not necessarily fully confident in it.
No, I didn't. I said he's increasing in confidence. Okay. I don't think that I ever said he wasn't fully confident. I don't think those words ever came out of my mouth. As a matter of fact, you can rewind the tape and see that they never came out of my mouth. So please don't put words in my mouth. I said he's increasing in confidence every day.
My apologies. Yeah. How can you tell that he's getting more confident, I guess?
Because I watch him every day. I spend 20 hours a week with him, minimum. I talk to him every day, ask him how he's feeling. I communicate with the doctors every day, and they tell me their communications with him. I watch him punch the bag, and I see that he looks more comfortable doing it. I watch him move his arm out in space, and I see that it moves more freely, and he's more willing to extend. So when you spend as much time with these guys as we do, there's indicators. There's no one particular thing that tells you, oh, he's ready to go. There's just a number of things that lead you to that conclusion.
What does he bring to the offensive line?
Size, intelligence, athleticism. You know, I mean, he's a very nimble guy for whatever he is, 6'7" or 6'8". He can bend. He's got great flexibility in his ankles and his knees. But, you know, I mean, we're going to keep working him in there.
I know you talked about on Saturday how important it is to, you know, make those field goals when you're in situations like that. What do you tell Kaimi? I know he's struggled for a while with, you know, hitting those longer distance field goals. Is that something where you have to kind of balance his confidence with your need to also score points in that when you make those decisions?
It's hard. You know, that's a position kind of like corner and tackle that the psyche of that player is so important because it's a singular moment in time and they're so isolated. You know, corners are isolated, tackles are isolated, kickers are isolated. And it's like with everybody, you know, you just encourage them to improve and perform at their best when their best is needed and help him along, you know, give him guidance. And that's what we try to do with all these young men. You know, these are still young, developing players. This isn't the NFL. They're not pros yet, you know, they're still growing and developing, and so we just got to keep moving them along.
Between the NFL and college football, I know college kickers kind of get a rap where they're just naturally inconsistent, and obviously it's a big difference when you go to the NFL. Have you noticed how stark of a difference that is?
There's no difference. I mean, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
No comparison. A 50-yarder in the NFL is a chip shot. Those guys make them. And if they don't, they're not in the NFL. And there's a reason that there's attrition. There's a reason there's only 32 NFL kickers, because they're the 32 best in the world. College kickers struggle, and most of them don't go on to play in the league. That's the way it is. I mean, you look around the country, there's very few kickers that will ever go on and play in the NFL. Those guys get in the NFL and they stay forever. Like I said, 50 yards in the NFL, you can't make a 50-yarder in the NFL consistently, you're not going to be in the NFL. That's why there's only 32.
Happened with my Detroit Lions. Twice already this year.
That's your team?
Yeah,
I haven't paid attention.
He said NFL.
Oh, ouch. To the core.
Okay, thanks.